Hello, dear viewers, dear students, dear parents. Welcome to another episode of Kanan.co Study Abroad podcast. Today we have with us Miss Reina Al Saidi. Ma'am is from Clarkson University. She is the director of the graduate programs. So, ma'am, welcome to our podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So today we are going to discuss about many of the programs that are available in Clarkson University. But before that, would like to know a bit about Clarkson University, ma'am, if you can say about your university.
Of course, thank you. So, Clarkson University is located in the United States, in New York State. We are up north. Clarkson is a STEM designated university, national research private university. Our focus in the graduate level in the programs is in engineering, data science, business programs, and hard sciences. All our programs in the graduate and undergraduate level are in the STEM field, which means international students can do OPT for 3 years after graduation. We are a university that is a leader in innovative education in these fields of the science, engineering, math, and technology.
Of course, yes. Okay. So if there is any student, for example, from students from India, there
Yeah.
are many students from India who are, willing to go to USA, who are dreaming of studying in USA. So especially if they are going to pursue STEM related courses, STEM courses, as you
Mm.
said, that they will get 3 years of OPT,
Yeah.
right? So if there is a student who is dreaming of studying in USA
Mhm.
from India, what would be your piece of advice to him or her regarding his IELTS or Duolingo, what kind of preparation he should do, and what would be the eligibility criteria to take admission in Clarkson University?
Sure. So, Clarkson has a straightforward admissions criteria for both graduate and undergraduate. It is the same for the English proficiency. We accept IELTS, we accept TOEFL, Duolingo, PTE. IELTS 6.5 is the minimum score, TOEFL 80. We accept another version of TOEFL, which is 8.5, that's the TOEFL Essentials. We accept PTE also, both editions, online and in person, 56, and Duolingo 115. These are the minimum scores. I highly recommend that the students study harder to get a higher score than the minimum. And the most important reason for that is because our faculty, they do holistic review. They start with the GPA of the student, two letters of recommendation or three based on the programs.
Okay.
They require students to write an essay of 250 words to 400. English score, as I mentioned, any other tests such as SAT for the undergraduate or GRE, these are optional.
Optional. Okay.
Yes,
So it's not
and
mandatory.
yes, no, they are not. However, because the faculty at Clarkson do holistic review for the applications, they take every single aspect of the application into consideration for admission and for also scholarship, because Clarkson offers generous scholarships in both the graduate and the undergraduate level.
Great. So this is the actual point that I'm going to discuss,
Yeah.
that many of the Indian students, they want to study in USA, but like I can say half of them or many of them,
Mhm.
they are not in a position to afford it.
Yeah.
And that is one thing that can help them, and that is scholarship.
Yeah.
So what is the way to get scholarship in your university?
And that's a great question. I just want to tell everyone listening to this podcast or watching it, we have big population of Indian students. Clarkson is also very involved in the Indian education system. We know a lot about India because we have students years ago, that extends 4 years ago, from India. That's why we take into consideration the economy, the currency difference, the exchange difference. The best way to get really generous scholarship is to have a solid application. And by having a solid application is to study very well, get really good English score above the minimum. Even if GRE in the graduate level or the SAT in the undergraduate level is waived, I suggest that the students go and step ahead and take the test. This will guarantee them also a good scholarship. They need to invest in the statement of purpose and write a personal one only for Clarkson and for the department.
True.
And it's it's easy to write a good statement of purpose. You need to learn about the program itself. You need also to learn about the university and mention the reasons. You are also a good asset for the program, so you need, as a student, a prospective student, to show that in the statement of purpose why we should choose you. Good recommendation letters that should be written based on personal experience that the faculty or faculty know about you, or your supervisor if you did any internship or any work. At the graduate level, our research programs offer 30% merit-based scholarship, which is really good amount of scholarship compared to the national average in general of the tuition. At the undergraduate level, Clarkson also offers a very generous scholarship, could reach to 40,000 a year.
Okay.
And
40,000 USD.
yes, yeah, $40,000. Um, in return, the return on investment on Clarkson's degree is very good. Our placement rate is 97% at the graduate level. Last year, it was 100% for the undergraduate level.
Okay.
And
That's impressive.
yeah, and this will also take us to another point, is when the Indian parents would like to do the cost benefit analysis of the degree.
True.
For their students, they need to do more digging and research. You should choose a university with high placement rate also, so you can get your child to be placed in a job. The return on investment is going to be easier to get it.
True.
Yeah.
So there are many students who are looking for scholarship, but they are not very much positive, or you can say very much inclined towards research.
Mm-hmm.
They want scholarship, but they don't want to be part of research.
Yeah.
At times they are afraid of research.
Yeah.
At times they are, they're having so many questions in their mind, whether I will get scholarship or not, whether I will do research, then who will fund me? You
Yeah.
can say who will provide me the equipments and everything.
Yeah.
So how your university is helping students who are doing research?
Yeah. So the one of the things that we focus on is do not follow just online blogs, read about them for agencies that you don't know, or just any person that thinks that they know a lot about the education system in the US, how to navigate it. The best thing is to either talk directly to the university, to the people in the admissions, or choose an agency that is reliable in India and talk to them. Kanan is one of the agencies
Of
that we
course.
work with. We get students from you. And I highly recommend that. The student is not going to lose anything if they talk to a counselor who is expert, or
True.
if someone in the admissions who is expert. And most of these ideas in their mind will be just will go away once they start talking to someone, either at the university or a counselor at an
Yes.
agency.
True.
The research in general is not that difficult. All you need to do is to search correctly about the entire aspect of the university, starting on what is available in the university, facilities that can support the student success. I believe in the education funnel, which is starting from being enrolled in a program until you leave. Does the university support that?
Okay.
Clarkson, for example, we take care of the students when they start the program, and actually ahead of that, when they just are a prospective student. We reach out to them virtually now. I mean, after COVID, everything is virtual, so it is
True.
easy to have a Zoom meeting, quick Zoom meeting, and talk to a person. While they are in the program, our faculty make sure that the students have not only the academic success, but the career success in mind. We have more than 200 clubs on campus.
Okay.
And these clubs, they involve academic training, practical experience. One of our biggest clubs in the engineering is a speed club. And that's where the students come together and work on innovations. Then, while they are studying, the university supports also the students with our big career fair. And that is, we work with, we host more than 200 employers a year. They come to campus, talk to our students. Students can hand in their resume. Above all of that, our career services department works with the students very closely.
Okay.
Prepare their resume according to jobs in the United States, help them with just giving them more information about how to apply for jobs, how to do an interview for a job in the US. That's why one of the things that the students need to keep in mind when they do this research is that is the funnel available, the support throughout the funnel available for me or not?
Mhm.
And again, the golden advice that I would give to everyone is talk to the university, talk to a counselor, do not follow just blogs.
True. Truly said. One more concern that
Yeah,
whenever I talk to any of the students or
yeah,
any of the parents, and when they, listen this particular word, New York,
yeah.
okay, so, another word comes to their mind, and that is expensive, right? So people do believe that New York, and even I do believe that
Mm-hmm.
the city itself is a very expensive city, even though the university is, as you said, that it is, we can say, a bit away. When we were
Yeah,
discussing, you said it is 7
yeah,
hours away
yeah,
from New York
yeah,
City, but still it's in New York State,
yeah.
so it must be a, kind of an expensive place.
Yes,
So sometimes, as you also use another word, the return on investment.
yeah.
So just try to guide our students that why it is important to study at a university which is near to a big city, and at the
Mm-hmm.
same time a place where, you can say, multicultural
Yeah,
is, actually thriving.
yes.
There are people from all the possible countries, and
Mm-hmm.
they are doing business, they are doing job, and coexistence is there.
Yeah,
So why
yes,
it is so important? Because look, many of the students, when
yeah,
they search about the universities,
yeah,
they'll simply go through the program options and the kind of job opportunities there.
yeah,
They
that's
don't
true.
do, in-depth research. So
Yeah,
why it is important to spend 2 years or at least 4 years in university, which is actually multiculturalism.
yeah. So the first thing I want to, and that's a great point when you mention New York and the expensive rates and everything. Students, when I say Clarkson's located in New York, the first thing that comes to their just face as expression is expensive,
Expensive.
even if they don't say it. I tend to the first piece of information I give them after we are located in New York is we are in the north. So New York is a big state, really big.
Mhm.
You have the north, you have the south. New York City is 7 to 8 hours away from Potsdam, where
Mhm.
Clarkson is
Mhm.
located. And there's just huge difference between these two cities. New
Okay.
York City is
In
very
terms of
expensive
expenses, yeah.
in terms of expenses, in terms of life there. Potsdam is a small town, small community, close community. Why it is important to live in a state like that? Your point about multicultural state is really important. I mean, I love New York. I'm biased all the time. I love living
Big
there.
Apple.
Yes. And we need to be honest. People who see this podcast, they can notice my accent, my clothes, so I can also be different from another culture. And
Yes.
I've never felt that I am a stranger on the state.
Okay.
New York is we call it the melting pot in the United States, but New York for me is that. It's people are not going to be from specific culture, have specific accent. It is mix of everything, and everyone lives in New York will maybe have from another culture will have the same opinion. They rarely feel that they were discriminated against or someone was biased against
Mhm.
them. It embraces differences and
Okay.
just loves that to be part of just the actual nature of New York itself.
Mhm.
Um, that is very important, especially if you apply for jobs in the United States for your OPT or anywhere in the world. One of the components of a good job description that when the students read is most of the time, most employers look for someone who has experience with diversity, working in a diverse environment,
Mm.
or living in a diverse environment. So students will get that diverse experience, really,
Mm.
whether in Clarkson or somewhere else. I mean, for Clarkson, for example, we have students from more than, I believe, 40, if I am not mistaken, countries. Six of our biggest countries are from different continents. We have India, we have Zimbabwe,
Zimbabwe.
Nigeria. It's completely different. Bangladesh. And this will give the students the experience to
Mm.
talk to other cultures, to learn from them, and build connections
Of
also.
course.
You need that diverse experience to build connections. So when you go to the job market, you have connections. You don't know where you will end up. I always tell the students, maybe today you are studying in the US, lived in India, tomorrow you will work in the Middle East. So you will build these connections with them. In terms of a very expensive state, that's also the students need to take this into consideration when they do the cost benefit analysis of a degree. They should not only look at the degree, the tuition, and the potential salary of that degree. One of the main factors that they need to take into consideration is the placement rate of that university, the
Okay.
degree that they are going to mention, the nature of the university itself. I mean, Clarkson is a STEM designated university. This means that you will be immersed in a STEM culture. Even if, for example, if you are doing computer science, you are immersed in a culture that offers data science, business analytics, electrical engineering, computer engineering. This culture will enable you to have connections with students from other disciplines and also connections with faculty from other disciplines. This will add to your experience. This is part of the cost benefit analysis. Diversity is part of the cost benefit analysis. We call this in education utilities. Utilities is the fun you are going to have, the location of the university. It is not only about the education system in that university. So they need to take this cost benefit analysis as a holistic view, not only close one. Another important factor I also told the students about is do not only look at the ranking of the university. The ranking is one part of
One
it,
part.
but look at other parts. How many, for example, international faculty members or from international backgrounds? I always tell the students we have faculty from almost all over the world. We have faculty from Africa, from India, from the United States,
Japan.
and Japan, China. These are diverse experiences with faculty themselves. You are not only in the classroom exposed to the curriculum itself, but the curriculum is going to be delivered to you from a diverse point of view. So, does it worth the investment? I believe yes, because there's a huge difference between you are getting placed in a job, for example, after 6 months of your graduation and after 8 months or 1 year. The faster you get placed, the faster you are getting your return on investment. And these things that a parent and a student in India need to take into consideration.
True. So while answering my question, you used some of the terms which actually attracted, my ears. One thing is there's a cost and benefit analysis
Yes.
and return to investment.
Yeah.
So one question related to the kind of jobs that a student can get while studying in
Yes.
the university itself. What kind of jobs Clarkson does offer?
So it depends on the programs and the level as well. Some of our engineering programs, for example, they have co-ops internships, and this is just will expose them through the curriculum to some internships. There are jobs, of course, available online if the students apply to work on campus for 20 hours. In every university, international students are allowed to work for 20 hours on campus. Clarkson, similar to any other university, we do not place the students in these jobs upon admission, but once the students are admitted, accept the admission, then deposit they are part of the community of Clarkson. We'll start sharing with them what jobs are available. We use a platform called Handshake. Any jobs that are available on campus will be shared with the students there, and also our career center can help with that. Some of our graduate students get offered a graduate assistantship, and this means that they will be placed in a job even before they start. The best thing about Clarkson when it comes to graduate assistants jobs or any jobs working on campus, they don't need to wait until they arrive to Clarkson to apply. Once they are deposited students, then they will get access to these jobs, apply for the job before their arrival. There's also, if the students are interested and work on their profile, they can apply for CPT, which is curriculum training, after 1 year of being enrolled in the program. This will be on a personal effort they make to prepare for the interview, apply for the jobs, but of course, with the help of our career center, preparing them, helping them with the resume. And that CPT is going to be in a field related to their degree. So if they are doing, for example, computer science, after 1 year of finishing 2 semesters, they can apply for internships in this field. And if they get accepted to it, they are allowed to work off campus and get paid for that if they find internships. And as I mentioned, Clarkson has a lot of relationships with our alumni. We have, CEO alumni work as a directors of programs, and this network has connections with our career services. We even bring them to the campus during the career fair to talk to the students about their experiences. So all the students need to do, and that's a piece of advice I always give to the students before they even start the application, is once you start your application and get admitted to the university, upon your arrival to the campus, have connection with the career services. Go there, talk to them, show them your resume. They will work with you on modifying the resume to meet the requirements of the job market in the United States. And this is part of your learning process. You will learn how to change your resume to meet the job market. So when you apply for internships, for example, that's how you going to present yourself. Be involved on campus. That's very important. Even if you are working for 20 hours, you can be part of clubs. You can volunteer whenever you have time. Be part of the cultural clubs as well. This will all be added to your resume, and this is how you are going to build your resume.
True, true. Swam, your answers were compact, at the same time very much insightful. So I request all the students and parents who are watching this video to forward this video to other students who are trying to pursue higher education in USA, and why it is important for them to study not just the website but at the same time to visit kanan.co and have in detail information about Clarkson University. If you want to connect with ma'am, we can connect you on Zoom also, right? So ma'am, before we wrap it up, just want to say thank you very much for your time and being patient enough to listen to my questions and provide me detailed answers.
Thank you for
just a request from my end, just look in the camera and say, or you can say, invite the students, Indian students, to take admission in Clarkson University.
Course. Thank you for listening to me and to this interview. Please feel free to reach out to us. I highly encourage you to explore Clarkson's programs, to apply to Clarkson. If you need any help with the application, as my colleague mentioned here, feel free to reach out to them with guidance. If you need any connection with the Clarkson, with our team in the international admissions, feel free to reach out and choose a Clarkson. Clarkson is a great university. Thank you.
And one request from my end, like this video, share it with your friends and your family members, and subscribe this YouTube channel. Thank you so much.